Hello, welcome to the first episode of the Old Pods podcast. I'm Alan, this is Paul. Hello. Let's dive straight in. So we'll run through some news first, or bits of news that's come through this week. The first of which is there's a new trailer dropped for The Last of Us Season 2. I don't know if you've seen that.
Nah.
Did you see the first season?
Yeah, I watched the first one. I enjoyed it. I've never played the games, but I enjoyed the show.
No, same. So I've never played the games, and I thought the first season was great. And then somebody from work spoiled the big twist of the second game. So I know what's coming straight away. Even watching the trailer, I can see what's coming. But the Last of Us Season 2 trailer is very good. Very
Yeah,
good.
I know nothing. I've not seen the trailer. I'd kind of know what goes on in the games because of what the lads are on about, but I have no idea what goes on in it. So I'll give it a go. I'm a bit funny with TV shows, but I'll give it a go.
I enjoyed it. I didn't go into it expecting much. I thought it was great. I thought the dynamic between Pedro Pascal and I forget the name of the girl that's in it.
Yeah,
The one from Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. I know what you mean.
Yeah, but they worked. They bounced off each other really well.
While we're on the internet, Bella Ramsey apparently.
Yes, yeah, that's her. It was good. It was very, very good. The next bit of news is you might have seen this already because I think have you kept up with Creature Commandos?
No, I watched the first episode. Couldn't get away with it.
Yeah. Well, everybody's buzzing because in one of it might have actually been the final episodes. There's a silhouette appears of Batman.
Oh, of course, there is a shared universe.
Yeah, yeah. So this is the first. Everybody's saying it's the first glimpse of James Gunn's Batman from The Brave and the Bold.
All right.
What I'll do, I'll see.
Oh yeah, he's doing that as well, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, I know we're just doing audio, but I'll see if I can share an image so you can have a look.
Gives a look.
But I mean, anybody that's listening will have probably seen it. There we go. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there was a
big
lot,
lad.
and James Gunn commented on it. James Gunn said, like, the first pass was a lot more detailed. You could see a lot more of the suit and a lot more of what was going on. And he told them, push it further back. Like, I'm not ready to commit to that. I'm not ready to commit to that. I'm not ready to commit to that. But I think by looking at that, like, that is quite a hench-looking Batman. Yeah, he looks very much kind of like Frank Miller Batman.
Yeah, what was it, Dark Knight Returns or something?
Yes, yeah. Yeah, but
No, I don't think
it doesn't give a great deal away.
Yeah, I might watch it. Depends on what you lot say about it.
Yeah.
The what's it called, Creature Command. I might watch it when it's all done, but I mean.
Yeah, well, I've never seen any of them yet, so same. I think I'll just going to give them a binge watch, power through them, see how they get on. It's getting solid reviews. There's a lot of positive talk about it.
I'm sure it is, like, but I think all this shit does, isn't it? I think me, I'm a cynical old fart. I think they pay for half the reviews for everything.
Yeah, it's everybody jumps on the hype train as well, though, a little bit. I think.
Oh yeah.
And it's all the big buzz, like the new universe is all kicking off. Everybody's excited about Superman, and I'm excited about Superman, but I don't know, you still need to step back a little bit and be a little bit critical because you'll look at it in a year's time and go, well, was it really that good? We'll see. The only thing that got me thinking about that picture, looking at that picture of Batman, is I couldn't think of an actor who was that big who could play him.
What you mean, like in IRL?
Yeah.
Nah, there's not many big guys out there. There's what's his name? Jack Reacher.
I was thinking that. I thought of him, and he said he'd happily play him. But I don't know, and I mean, I think he could definitely do Batman, and he's definitely got the right build for it. But I don't know if he could do the Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, the kind of charismatic, kind of charming playboy billionaire Bruce Wayne. I might be wrong.
Yeah, I don't know what else I've seen him in. I can't remember anything else I've seen him in. He was in a soldier film where he just played Reacher essentially. He was just like a soldier boy.
It was in, did you watch any of Titans?
No, that DC shite.
Yes. He played Hawk from Hawk and Dove in Titans, and he was very good in there. So if he does get Batman, he's done 3 for 3 characters from DC because he was Aquaman in Smallville as well.
All right,
back in the day.
Doing everything. No, I've not seen none of that shit. I didn't really watch TV shows.
Yeah, it's not bad. Next item we've got to cover is. It's just a minor one. I don't think there's much word in it, but Scream 7 has begun production.
Oh, fuck my life, of course it has.
Now, I remember watching Scream as like a younger lad. The first three I really enjoyed, but I don't think I've seen any after three. I didn't even realise they were up to seven.
I mean, I've seen definitely the first two. I might have seen three. After that, God knows. I saw the last couple that came out in the cinema, and they were dire.
Yeah, because I didn't think at one point they made a film, and I didn't think it was a sequel. I thought it was a reboot.
I didn't know like that until what's her name, Nev Campbell turned up.
Yeah, yeah, bizarre. But I mean, it's got me thinking whether I should go and watch the other ones, see what they're like. But at the same time, I don't know. I don't know if I can put myself through it because I think it'd be absolutely shocking. I might be wrong.
I mean, I'm 50-50 on slashes at the best of time. For me, it's just played out. It's so played out now. The whole Scream thing, like, yeah, I don't get the point of it. Everybody just wants to kill Sydney for some reason, or some kind of tenuous connection to the original case, or and these new gang of kids. I was sitting watching the whole thing. I didn't have a bloody clue what anyone was talking about or who anyone was. It was just why are you all of you people here? It made no sense to me. No, hard pass on any Scream films going forward.
Yeah, I think I'll give it a try. I might. Well, obviously, I might give it a try. I might start with five or Scream Five if I can find it,
Start at the beginning,
and
man.
then
Go on.
play it from there. Even seeing Scream Five, Scream Four, Scream Five. It's mad. I wonder if Wes Craven's got any involvement with it. He did do the first one, didn't he? Was Craven movie the first Scream? You must have like a production company or something, though.
I mean, he might have left the company behind, but even then, I don't think he's doing much with it.
That's a valid point.
I think his involvement's at a minimum.
He might be. Well, if they can get a Ouija board out and see what he thinks of them, they might stop fucking making them.
Yeah, I'll just keep going to no, and then
Yeah.
fucking set on fire.
Yeah. The glass will get stuck. Like they'll be trying to push it to yes, and it just won't budge.
Blow up. Fucking. Ah, them last ones were dire. Yeah, I mean, spoilers, but I think I told you about it last week when I was moaning about it. But that I think it was the last one I saw at the end. One of the lads, one of the characters that is like the cool kids gang, he gets the absolute shit stabbed out of him.
Oh,
Like he
yes, yeah,
just
it was. Yeah.
yeah, he gets like proper worked over. And then you see him on a stretcher at the end, and he's just like, "The doctor said I'm going to be okay." He's just got like a bandage on him or something. He'd be
Yeah, that's not happening.
absolute nonsense. Just yeah.
Okay. Next bit of news that we've got. This is one that is going to be very divisive of a lot of people, I think, and I'm not excited about it at all. Curious, but not excited. Is Will Smith in The Matrix?
I've seen this. I thought that was a joke. Is it real?
No, that's real. So he put a post on his Instagram, and it was like the old screen that you used to get at the Matrix
Yeah,
films, the black screen with the green text that come up,
yeah.
and it was like
I
that, but it
saw the
was red
picture. Yeah,
text. Yeah, and it was like back in 1998, the Wachowski brothers offered Will Smith the chance to play Neo in the Matrix, and he turned it down for a role in Wild Wild West because he thought it would suited him better.
Wiki Wild Wild West.
Yeah, exactly. Which obviously might have been was a massive mistake. But then it says it cuts to like a black screen, and it says or something along the lines of like Will Smith, the Matrix is calling you. It's time to wake up. And it stops. So it looks like it's happening. I don't even know how they'd play it. Obviously, the Matrix is. I mean, martial arts is a massive part of it. I
Yeah,
don't think Will Smith can do that now.
that's him.
I'm not sure he could. He ever could.
I mean, he's. I'm sure he's in good shape, but he's getting old. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, I honestly thought it was going to be some kind of AI type bullshit where they just slap his head on Keanu,
Yeah.
and I thought maybe it's going to be some kind of not joke, but like just a, you know, because that last one the Wachowskis turned out that what was Matrix Unveiled or what it was
No.
called.
Do you know
That
my
was
biggest frustration
dreadful.
with that
That
one? I can't remember what it was called. Was it Resurrection?
whatever it was called.
Yeah. That my biggest annoyance with that movie was that Neo was always cool. Like even before he was Neo, it was a cool movie. Everything was really cool and slick. And when he found out that he was the one and had the power of the Matrix, everything was effortless. Like you know what I mean? Like he stopped bullets by putting his hand out. Like the fight scenes were just everything was controlled. There was no real breath because there was no real event. Nothing really was happening. And in that one, in Resurrection, everything was forced. Like when he was using like what you would call a force push or something like that. It looked like it was trying so hard to do everything. Stopping a bullet looked like it took real effort, and it just wasn't cool. It wasn't fun.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the trailer and it just, yeah, it didn't appeal to me one little bit.
It's just
I
very,
couldn't tell. I
very
couldn't even
forced.
tell you why. It just, yeah, just the whole thing just looked tired and like a bit played out. You know, it was there was loads of callbacks. I'm sick of like references and callbacks. You know, it's like it just, yeah, it just looked like. Well, I mean, the rumor is that they didn't want to make it, isn't it? That was the rumor that
Yeah,
they were told that if they didn't make a Matrix film, the studio was going to make a Matrix film,
yeah, it was
and
going to happen
so they
regardless.
essentially tanked their own legacy to make sure that it was like the salt of the earth essentially, so that nobody would follow them,
Yeah, that would be it.
whether that's true or not. I mean, that's for the Wachowski ladies to know. But yeah, no, it was a part, and I'll not say I'll say the wiki wild wild Matrix either because I couldn't give a toss about Will Smith. Like,
The Wild Wild Matrix.
yeah, I just nah, that'll be a pass for me and all. I'm not saying
I think
shit.
Will Smith's all right. I mean, he's one of these actors where he's had some really, really strong movies, but also some really weak movies.
But yeah, I don't dislike Will Smith. I think he's pretty good. He's pretty. I mean, I take the piss, but I actually quite enjoy Wild Wild West. It was nonsense,
Yeah,
but it was fun. I think Will Smith has the same problem as Tom Cruise in that he can pick good scripts, but either him or his team usually end up changing them to turn them into Will Smith films,
yeah,
like they did with the Mummy, that Tom Cruise Mummy film, like we were talking about.
yes, yeah,
Like
yeah.
it started off as one film, and then as soon as Tom Cruise got involved with it, it became a Tom Cruise film, and it was like it was Mission Impossible with the mummies. And I think Will Smith might have a case of that as well. Whether it's him or his team or just producers when they get Will on board, you know, because that what's it called, the Omega Man. Oh man, what's it called? With the mutants, Last Man Alive.
I Am Legend. No,
I Am Legend. That's what. Yeah,
I Am Legend.
that had a different ending, and it had a different ending in the books as well.
Oh,
Or
really? I
in the
didn't know
book,
that.
sorry. There's a delay. They filmed the original ending, and then they focus grouped it, and people didn't like it. And it's a million times better the ending that they originally filmed. It's the original ending from the book, sort of. It's the same tone and same theme, but different situation.
So what happens in the ending in the movie? In the ending in the released movie, they
The cinema, yeah, like the cinema cut is he because he captures the girl, doesn't he? The girl mutant,
yeah,
and he's doing tests on her, and he finally figures out how to cure the disease, and she's going backwards. She starts to become normal again. Like she starts
yes,
to grow hair and she starts to get color in her, and her heart and her breathing slowing down. She's coming back to human from this virus. Because it's like a type of super rabies type, isn't it?
yeah,
Anyway, the monsters attack his building at the end, and
yeah. And he blows the lab, doesn't he? And gets out
that's it.
with like the
He puts the two girls who he saved. He puts them in a safe, like a big safe room, and then when all the beasties come in, he blows a grenade up and he wipes out everything.
yeah.
And that was, I think, that was the ending they went with. The
Well,
delete,
they
the ending that they filmed and didn't show was the monsters. It all went as it did, and then at the end, when the monsters break in, he doesn't blow himself up. I don't know if he even has the grenade or not, or I don't know if he's just making a last stand sort of thing. But he comes to realize that the monsters haven't come to kill him; they've come to get the girl back. Because there's like that boss monster, isn't there? There's the big one that he always
yeah, yeah,
sees,
yeah,
and him and this boss monster have like a standoff, like an almost a confrontation, and he lets the girl go. He takes the drugs out that he's given her, and she immediately starts to breathe super fast again, and she gets like she turns into a mutant again, and then the big boss monster picks her up and carries her off, and then when he leaves, all the other monsters leave, and it's it's a play on the original ending in the book where the main character he's captured at the end by the creatures. Where in the book the creatures can talk. They're essentially vampires, but they can talk and they have like and he doesn't. I don't think he really realizes and they have a society. And he wakes up in a hospital and there's a nurse monster, like a nurse vampire looking after him. And she says like you're going to be executed. and everybody's waiting to see you. And there's crowds of them outside waiting to see him. And she says like, you don't realize that this isn't your world anymore. This is our world now, and you you creep around while we're asleep. You sneak around and you murder us in our sleep.
Yeah,
She says, you're the monster in our world. You are the monster now. You hunt us down and you kill us in our sleep while we just have normal. We're not interested in you, so to speak.
yeah,
And it's a realization that this is a new world now, and he's the monster. I am the legend. He's the legend that people talk about. That these new people, this new society, this new world talks about, is scared about. He's the boogeyman essentially.
yeah. Well, that's a great ending. Why didn't they go with that?
Well, because it didn't focus group well. Everybody was like, "Oh, it's Will Smith. It's an action movie." They think it's fucking Bad Boys, but they make I don't know if they're doing a spin off or a sequel to it, to I Am Legend, and they're gonna go with that ending. They're not going with the blew himself up ending. They're going with the ending where he realised he was the monster, and the monsters are this kind of society. They like mutants and they feral, but they are still they're like an ape society essentially. They have their own lives. They live their own like nighttime life, and that's the ending they're going with. They're not going with the one where he blew everything up. So yeah, it's a way better ending. Yeah, they should have gone with it,
Yeah,
but
it sounds a
it
million
focus
times better.
grouped it focus grouped really badly. Apparently, nobody liked it.
I'd love to know how people get in these focus groups, or how they're assembled and how they're put together.
I mean, I don't know about all of them, but some of them, some of them you'll be walking around in a city, and somebody will say, "Oh, do you want to come and see a film for free?" And you go in, you
Yeah,
sign your
just take
forms,
you
your
in.
NDAs, you sit down. It's like a brand new movie, and and then you get a grilling at the end.
That's pretty cool. That kind of shit
Yeah,
never happens to me.
I would say you'd have to go and live in LA, immense, but
No,
maybe
no,
not the best
yeah,
at the moment.
this is true. Okay. Anyway, apart from Will Smith, our friends at Sony Movies, now they've tried to massacre the Spider-Man villains and spin-off characters, have moved on to making movies based on video games. So they've announced that they're making a Horizon Zero Dawn movie, a Helldivers movie,
Helldivers,
and
oh,
yeah,
that'll be interesting.
and an anime series based on Ghost of Tsushima.
All right, yeah, Helldivers will
Yeah,
be very interesting because I mean, that's borderline like Nazi-ish, like the game, the vibe of the game. It's
right. Okay.
very it's very right wing.
Yeah. I mean, I've never played it. I'm a big Horizon guy. I love the Horizon games. So if they do that well, that could be really, really good. But I think everybody knows the track record that most video game movies have is the
Yeah, they come with
tank.
a heavy price, don't they?
Yeah, I can't think off the top of my head any video game movie that's worked well.
Top of my head, the only one I can think of, and that I only ever think of, is Silent Hill. That first Silent Hill film was really good.
I've never
You
seen
might
it.
never have seen it because that's a horror film, and
It's a horror film, isn't it?
it's
And
decent.
I'm a
It does have its
big
moments
shitey
of
ass.
scariness, but yeah, it is a good. It's both a good film and it's a good representation of Silent Hill as well. Yeah, solid game, solid film and game.
Give it a
Definitely watch it. Like it's not like horrific. You'd be able to cope with it. It'll not give you
yeah.
bad dreams or anything. It's just
Mm,
yeah, it's good. It's
you
good.
say
It's a
that.
very watchable film. Yeah, that's true. I don't know how fully soft you are.
I think what else? And you know what? Actually, I didn't mind the Uncharted movie. You're with Tom Holland.
Not saying it. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
I've
good fun.
not played the games. Yeah,
Yeah, it is. It is really good fun. It's got a little bit of a National Treasure kind of vibe.
yeah. I know it's like an Indiana Jones adventure
Yeah,
kind of yeah, sort of a tally ho chaps kind of
looks good.
adventure movie.
That's good. Yeah, so Sony movies. Moving on with those. I don't know how much stock I want to put into them just yet, but if they do a good job of Horizon, I'll be very excited for that. Time will tell. I think if they balls this up, like they ball some of the Spider-Man characters up, Disney will buy them. I don't know. I don't even know how they'll keep going. But surely, I mean, what kind of legacy has Sony got? What Sony movies did they make before they started pushing all of these big IPs and tried and get?
Yeah, I'm not really sure myself to be honest. Let's have a look. Sony Pictures. It's yeah, in my mind it's all intellectual property stuff in it. It depends when you want to go from really because I don't think they started. It looks like they were TriStar originally.
Right, okay. TriStar had some big movies.
Yeah, TriStar was a big name back in the 80s. Yeah, sign a good, some good entertainment. TriStar. You're about to
Yeah,
watch a great
definitely.
film. It's hard to find a list because there's that many like little subsidiaries and blah blah blah. Oh, here we
I'll
go.
have a
Let's have
look.
a look. Oh Jesus, they go back. Yeah, a lot of them are TriStar. TriStar Columbia are a lot of them that are on the Anaconda, Bad Boys, Jumanji,
I mean, Jesus,
Starship Troopers,
those first
Urban
three were
Legend.
great. And not Starship Troopers though. That's a
What? You don't
bomb.
like Starship Troopers?
No, Starship Troopers is a load of shite.
Oh, not probably best not play Helldivers then because it's just a complete Starship Troopers knockoff.
Is that what it is? Well, I
Yeah,
mean, a game
essentially,
version of it wouldn't be
basically
that
is
bad,
yeah.
but the movie was dog shit.
It's got the vibe of the movie, like the
Oh,
super
really?
sort of militaristic society type thing. Yeah, Charlie's Angels, Hollow Man. A lot of these are like Screen Gems, Columbia, Destination. You've got some of theirs as well. James Bond. Which James Bond did he make? Ghost Rider,
Oh, that was brutal.
the Dragon Tattoo films.
I seen the first one of those. That was good.
Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. That was a great film. That.
That's a great movie. The kids absolutely love that. Steve. First one was good.
The second one was good. I like the second one as well.
Nah. And the third one's weaker again.
I've not seen the third. Not yet.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, that's Sony's trailer
Yeah.
ahead.
And the last bit I've got in the news is something, again, I've never seen the first season, but Fallout Season 2 has just been officially announced by Prime.
Oh yeah, I didn't mind the first season. It was decent. I wasn't in love with it. I'm very hard to impress with a TV series.
It's another one that's on my list to watch. I'll give it a go, but I mean, there's so many series come out now so often that it's hard to keep up with them.
And
Like,
yeah, they
unless it's
churn
something
them
that's
out.
really high on my radar, it gets added to the list and it gets watched when it gets watched. Movies are different because movies I can put on and I can power through them straight away. But I'm trying to catch up with TV series. So many, such high production value in them. They just get added to a list.
Yeah, it takes a lot to get me to watch a series of anything.
Yeah. I really wanted to watch this series they did for, was it Twisted Metal with Anthony Mackie?
Yeah, Graham said that was good.
Yeah, but I never got around to that. That's another one I wanted to try.
I think I watched the first episode, and again, it didn't do it. The TV show's got to really, really impress me to.
Yeah, grab you in the first episode and get you
Yeah,
hooked.
and I couldn't tell you how either. It's just some weird thing that happens. Yeah, the only show that I watched recently, got excited about was it's called Landman with Billy Bob Thornton about oil.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. I enjoyed it. Don't know why, because I'm not really that interested in oil. It was good. I enjoyed it. Yeah, it's entirely Billy Bob. Like he just absolutely nails every scene he's in. He's great.
Yeah, he often does so, doesn't he? He's great.
Yeah, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. Get it watched.
There's another one I'll add to the list. I'll put on the list. What's it called? Landman.
Landman. Yeah.
But that was the news. That was the news. Anybody's listening, remember to like, follow, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. Because if I don't say it now, I'll likely forget. On to next is a review. So you went to see Nosferatu?
I did. It
How'd
was
it go?
good. I enjoyed it. That's my review.
Next.
No, it was good. Yeah, it was really. I mean, it's. I'll not bore you with the details of Nosferatu's genesis, but yeah, it was great. Very gothic sort of. I don't want to say romance, but it had romantic tones, grim ones. Like he's gross and he's sort of he's like a parasite. It's basically this. They're all the characters are stand-ins for characters in Bram Stoker's Dracula. There's like a Van Helsing and there's a Renfield and all that kind of thing. But yeah, he's the main lady character of it. I'm forgetting her name in the film. She's haunted by this presence, and it turns out that it's this Transylvanian vampire or whatever he is. I'm not sure if they even mentioned the word vampire. But yeah, he's sort of a Strigoi kind of essence sucking creature. And he's in love with her, but in the way that in a sort of a controlling, predatory sort of way, and
Right, yeah.
he slowly sort of makes his way towards her. He captures her husband, the Jonathan Harker stand-in. What's his name? Nicholas Holt. He sort of keeps him at his castle while he slowly makes his way to Britain to be with this woman. and it's sort of it becomes a race against time to stop him in his tracks, and he brings sort of rats and pestilence and disease with him because he's a sort of he's very much a force of evil. He's sort of all the wickedness in the world. Yeah, it's really good. What's his name? Skarsgård, Bill Skarsgård. He plays him. Um, Pennywise.
Yeah, I think he's getting a lot of praise for everything he does kind of
Yeah,
recently.
you cannot really tell. Like he's under a fair bit of makeup
Really?
and sort of what looks like body prosthetics. He looks. There's a couple of scenes where he's seen with no clothes on, and he's really bulky. He's sort of rotten, and he's like a corpse. He's like a living corpse. You know, his skin's like sort of peeling off, and he's like really he's pretty grim looking. I saw somebody online describe it as looking like he died, and then his spirit repossessed his own dead body because he's just like a walking corpse. And yeah, big sort of like it looks like he's got big body prosthesis, big sort of like shoulders and stuff like that, and he's got this really distinct silhouette. He always wears really big sort of capes, like skins, you know, wolf skins and stuff. Because he's very lordly. He sort of I think at one point he tells Nicholas Hoult he says you must refer to me as Lord. That is my title. So he's very aristocratic. He's got a big mustache. Everybody's talking about the giant mustache. But he's a Transylvanian nobleman from like I don't know 1800s, whenever the hell it's supposed to be set. So he would have a big mustache, you know, because that's what he did. Vlad the Impaler, who Dracula's based on, had a big
Yeah,
mustache.
big mustache.
But he looks good, yeah. He looked great. Plays the part. He's got a really cool voice. He takes these big deep breaths before every time he speaks because he's dead. So he has to suck in a breath to then force it out to speak. You know,
Right, okay,
it's like
that
a
makes
cool
sense. Yeah.
touch because he doesn't breathe and
Yeah,
speak
it
like
doesn't
we do.
breathe.
He has to like you hear him sort of pull in a big breath and then he pushes his words out over the course of a breath. Yeah, and it's really good. Every scene's a painting. Really nice visual film. All sort of storyboarded out, and as far as the shots are concerned, all the shots are really very stark and cinematic. Probably as a callback to the original because that's obviously the original's iconic. The 22 one,
Yeah.
the Murnau one. Yeah, but I can heavily recommend. I know you'll not see it because you're soft as shite, but
Well, I am, but I don't know. Like,
you're gonna force
there's
yourself.
not. Yeah, because there's not many horror films that I see. Well, there's not many horror film trailers that I watch, but I've seen the trailer for that one, and even the trailer, I thought that looks really, really fucking cool.
It is good, yeah, and it is a horror film, but it's not particularly scary. It's just not nice, if that makes sense. It's not a you know
Yeah,
it deals with it is a very adult film. It's not a film. It's not a vampire movie. You know, there's not much. I don't think there's even any heart staking going on. They don't have a big fight in a nightclub with blood coming out the ceiling and stuff like that.
yeah,
It's very gothic and very stark, and it's more like a vampire film as a he's like a predator, both bodily, like he's a predator that eats blood, and he's also a bit of a sexual predator. He's creepy, and he's got this power over this girl, and he knows it, and she's powerless to resist him. And he takes great pleasure in that, and he sort of tortures her a little bit, sort of to make her submit. He's very predatory. So yeah, good film. Not your typical vampire movie.
yeah. Good. Sounds good. Sounds good. Rating out of 10? Yes, solid. Yeah, very good. Good review for Nosferatu. That's one that's definitely on the list that I'll be trying to get. I wouldn't mind. It's a kind of, and begrudgingly again because it's a horror movie, but it's a one that I wouldn't mind actually going to the cinema and making an effort to go to the cinema to see.
I would definitely I would definitely try and go and see it at the cinema because it's really dark. It's a super dark film. I think even watching it in the house with the lights on, I think it would probably fuck with it a bit.
Yeah,
It's definitely one to watch in the dark because half the film takes place in very dark environments and you don't really see him fully. I'm not sure you ever really see him fully in the whole film. He's just you're always like squinting, thinking like, can I see him? Is
yeah,
like, or is am I supposed to be able to see him here, or is it just that dark? He's always like lurking in the shadows, off in the just out of the light, or you see him in like a total darkness, but it's lit by moonlight sort of thing. If you can, definitely get to the cinema to see it.
yeah. Good. I'll give it a go. Decent score as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not, I'm a bit of a fussy old bitch, but yeah, I enjoyed it, and I mean, I really enjoyed the original and the Kinski one as well. I'm forgetting his name now. The weird guy from Mandalorian. Come on, better than this.
Which one? Weird guy from
Oh man,
Mandalorian.
I'm forgetting everything lately. Yes, because the original was 1922, I
Yeah, and they
think.
did. You was telling me before they did like a remake of it.
I think in the 70s they did a remake with Klaus Kinski. What's he? The director? Bloody, he's got. I'm
1979. Oh yeah, Klaus Kulinski. I don't even see director. Yeah,
I'm getting terrible with names lately. I think I've got bloody Alzheimer's or something. Yes, yeah, he remade it in the 70s. Same but different. And again, this is a same but different remake. Yeah, very good. Watch it and watch the nine. I mean, watch them all if you can, but certainly watch the 90s one. It's not a long film because it's silent. It's a silent one, But yeah, definitely try and squeeze it in. It's if only for the historical reference because you just see it referenced everywhere.
yeah. I'll give it a go. What's next? Do you want to do top 10? Yeah, yeah. I'll do 10. Uh, so we're still early in the year, so I'll do. All right, okay. So movies 2024. There's a couple of big hitters from last year that I haven't seen yet that might make the list. Obviously, Nosferatu being one of them. I haven't seen Gladiator 2. Another couple that I wanted to watch that are not on the list, obviously, because I haven't seen them, are Alien Romulus and Longlegs. A couple honourable mentions that I've got before we get started that just fell outside of me top 10 were a film called That Christmas on Netflix. Animated Christmas movie. Very sweet, very endearing. It's almost like a quintessentially British movie. What's good? Beetlejuice sits just outside my top 10 as well. I didn't rate it as high as I would have liked, but it sits just outside my top 10 because of the nostalgia, and I love the original. So probably got a couple of grace points for that. And finally, Hitman on Netflix, which might have even been 2023, but I don't know. I'm not being that pedantic about it. It's just good fun. Glenn Powell is
Yeah,
great.
yes, I think I saw it on there. I've not watched it. Like,
Yeah, it's good. Okay, but in the top 10, my number 10 is the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, which was just great fun. Fun start to finish. You don't have to think too hard about it. It is what it is. Just sit back and have a good time.
yeah, it was daft. Yeah, it was like it was just enjoyable, daft fun. I enjoyed it as well. I can't remember much about it with regard to like
I think it's
scene
kind
for
of,
scene, but I do remember watching it and really enjoying it.
yeah, it's loosely based around a possibly true story or
Yeah,
tales,
it's
war tales that have come through the
cobbled
generations.
together. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I liked it. I like Cowell and I like what's his name, Richardson.
Yes.
I think his name is Richardson, Alan Richardson. Yeah, they were both good in it. I can't remember who else was in it. If any big names were in it.
There was a couple, yeah. Let's see if I can pull it up. Guy Ritchie movie, Henry Cavill, Andrew Hutchins. They're the kind of characters that you recognise the faces, but I can never remember the names of them.
Yeah, yeah, a bunch of that guys. Yeah.
Yeah, but good. So that's it at 10. What do you want to do? Do you want to go 1-1, or do you want me to run through the
Yeah,
10? Or
we'll take turns. We'll go one each. Mine's in no particular order because I haven't had time to order them. But most recent for me would be Wallace and Gromit,
yeah,
that new one with the gnomes.
yeah.
I forget the name, but I've just got Wallace and Gromit.
A Vengeance Most Foul.
That's it, yeah, because it's Feathers' back, isn't it? Feathers McGraw. Yeah, I watched. I watched it slightly after Christmas. Didn't watch it live, because I forgot about it. But it was great. I love Wallace and Gromit films. I've seen them all, and yeah, it's perfect, perfect movie. All the little side things, like that. The devil's always in the detail for me, and it's them little bits, sort of the stuff in the newspapers, when you read the newspapers and things like that, and the facial expressions of characters that aren't talking, like you'll see other characters who are in the scene and not talking, but they'll react to the way other characters are who are speaking. And it's just little things like that. I was pissing myself laughing. Yeah, Peter Kay is really good in it. He's the copper. The police chief. He's really good in it. And what's his name from League of Gentlemen? He's the voice of the gnome, and he sings these. The gnome sings the robo gnome sings these little songs while he's working, and he's super annoying because he's like a little robot AI helper gnome to do gardening, much to Gromit's horror. And he sings these little "I am the little helping gnome," and it's so annoying, but it just stuck in my head, and I was humming them all day afterwards. Yeah, really good.
Good. The stop animation kind of it's a bit funny one for me. Sometimes I can get away with it, sometimes I can't. But I mean, I put it on. I have seen it. I put it on in the background for the kids not too long ago, and they seem to enjoy it. Like my eldest got really into it. No, but good. My number 9 is one that's it's. I mean, it is what it is. It's fun again. I just enjoyed it. Abigail, yeah, the vampire girl, quite predictable. A lot of the movie was spoiled in the trailer.
Yeah, that was a big. It was a huge shame that they did that. I wish they didn't do it because it was great. It was a good film,
It was,
but they put the whole film in the trailer. I knew exactly how it was all going to pan out before I watched
yeah.
it, and it was
Oh
such a
yeah,
shame.
yeah. I mean, it's predictable as they come. But again, it's another one where I could just put it on,
It didn't have to be.
switch
That's the
off,
thing. It could
and
have
just
been.
enjoy it.
They could have done like a Dusk Till Dawn, where you thought it was a heist film,
Yeah,
and this
yeah,
could have been a
definitely.
heist film.
Yeah, it was good. I really enjoyed it, and it's got it's Kevin Durant. Is that how you pronounce his name? And
Yeah,
he's great. I think he's
yeah,
fantastic.
yeah. Watch him in everything. Absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah,
he was
he's
in.
brilliant.
I don't know if you've ever watched it. The Strain TV show about
Yes,
vampires.
yeah, yeah, it did. Yeah,
Yeah, he
on
was
your
great in
recommendation,
that.
actually, I watched all of them.
Yeah, yeah,
I binged them, binged the lot.
yeah. It was a good show that I really enjoyed it, and he was good in it. Fet.
And that's number 9.
A good choice that. My next one is Poor Things with Emma Stone. Don't know if you watched that.
No, no, I remember reading
Properly
about it.
weird. I don't think it was directed by the same guy, but it had a vibe of that Grand Budapest Hotel. Have you seen that?
Yeah,
Rafe
yeah,
Fiennes.
yeah.
It had like the same kind of vibe as that. Very odd, a little bit less whimsical, a bit more adult, but it's a very similar tone. And Willem Dafoe's in it. He plays a Frankenstein type character. Frankenstein the doctor, not the monster. And it's about, I mean, spoilers, but yeah, he essentially saves and raises a young girl, and it's Emma Stone, but she has the mind of a child.
Right.
So he's trying to teach her to be adult and human, essentially, like how to be a grown up. But he himself, Willem Dafoe, in it, he's mad. He's a really eccentric mad scientist, and she much like a child, she wants to experience everything all at once, the whole world
Yeah.
immediately, even though it's not the best thing for her. But because she has an adult body, she just does what she wants, and she runs off and lives this chaotic life. Mark Ruffalo's in it, and he plays this like sort of like a swindler in a card and a bounder, and he takes advantage of her because she's young and attractive, and yeah, and he's just like a shit, he's a proper like mustache twirling shitbag in it, and he's honestly it's he's having the time of his life in it. You can tell he's having so much fun.
Yeah.
There's a scene where him and Emma Stone dance together to this ridiculous music, and it's amazing. And he does this ridiculous dance. And I think I watched it like 3 times over. Him like running onto the dance floor doing this stupid arm twirly thing, and I was pissing myself. But yeah, it's really good. Great soundtrack. Looks amazing. Really, really nice. Everything. It's like it goes it goes through different sort of styles of really super vivid colors, scenes, and then like sort of like washed out. I'd have to watch it again, but I think it follows the emotions or the emotional state of the main character Emma Stone in it. But yeah, really good. It's very adult. You couldn't watch it with kids. Laura nakedness, but brilliant. Yeah, really really good. I think that just came out last year in January or something. But yeah, great soundtrack. Look good. Tons of fun characters and like sort of not quotable scenes. It's not like catchphrases, but scenes that are just so odd that you just have to keep watching them to laugh at them again. Yeah, Willem Dafoe can't digest food properly because he's operated on himself that many times because and his face is like a patchwork of like sort of different skin and stuff like that because he's operated on himself because he's a mad scientist, and I think he removed his digestive system or something, and so when he
Christ.
eats he sort of like leans his head back and he just goes like until a big bubble comes out and like floats off into the sky, and it just floats off and then bursts with this ridiculous like balloon bursting sound, like this really loud snapping sort of bursting noise, and it's just absolutely ridiculous, just complete nonsense, and it serves no purpose other than to be just really weird. Yeah, so definitely watch it. Watch it with your lass. I think you and Becca will enjoy it a lot. It's
Yeah,
it's really
I'll
funny.
give that a go. I'll give that a go. I'll put on my watch list right now. Actually, I'll forget.
Yeah, it's good. It's very funny throughout, you know. And it's a bit sad as well, and it's up and down. Really, really good. Really enjoyed it. Probably top three of last year, I think.
Great. I think right, it's on the watch list now. I'll watch that with Becky. My number 8 is Wolves with
Oh,
George
the
Clooney, Brad Pitt.
yes, I've not seen it, but it looked good.
Yeah,
I've
I
got it to watch.
love
Yeah,
seeing these two on screen together. Just the dynamic that they've got between them is great. I think they're about similar age, and they just work so well together. Like it reminded me of like the first time I watched Ocean's 11. There was that kind of snappy, witty banter between them. It's not like laugh out loud funny, but it's funny. It's just good. It's just very enjoyable. Very, very enjoyable. If you get a chance, watch it.
yeah. I've got it ready to watch. I am going to watch it because I do like. I'm not too hot on George Clooney, but I really like Brad Pitt. I think he always puts a good turn in, and yeah, it looks pretty good. So I've got it ready to watch. I
Yeah,
just need
there
to find
is.
the
There's
time.
some. There are some really good bits in it. Really good. Really well written. But that's my number 8.
Next one for me, Civil War with
Oh yeah.
what's her name?
Yeah.
What's wrong with me and names lately? Kirsten Dunst.
Kirsten Dunst. Yeah, it's another one that I had to watch and I've not been getting round to it.
It's really good. It's really solid. It's about journalists, which I was like, there's not many of them kicking around, but I do like a film about journalists.
Hmm.
Yeah, she plays like a notorious war photographer, and yeah, the US is in a civil war. I think it's a bit of a Trumpian kind of president, played by Nick Offerman from Parks and Rec, Ron Swanson. Not that he's in it much; he's only in a few scenes, I think. But yeah, he's essentially took complete control of the US, and there's a civil war trying to get him out of the White House. But he's dug in the army, parts of the army. I don't know if it's the whole thing, protecting him. And it's just these journalists. I think they do a cross country to go and try and I think they want to get an interview with him, an interview and or photograph with him, because there's a photographer with her as well, and they go on this trek across America. And it's just sort of it's their tour of a very divided America. In this, yeah, everything's turned up to 11. So like the fascists are super fascists and stuff like that. And the I think they pick up like a stray young wannabe photographer who tags along with them, and it's a a bit of a passing of the torch kind of story. But yeah, it was great, really solid. Jesse Plemons, I think that's his name.
Yes, yeah.
He's in it for like I think he's got like a scene in it which is in all the trailers and it's great. He's just like a really creepy sort of yeah bit of a redneck, heavily armed redneck, and it's yeah he's in like a big scene in it and it's great. Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
My next up, my number 7 is The Fall Guy with Ryan Gosling in and Emily Blunt. It was
I don't
a
even know what that is.
yeah, it's a comedy. I don't think it did massively well, but fuck, it's funny. It's fucking fun. It's Ryan Gosling doing humour the best way Ryan Gosling does, just throwing himself straight into it. Emily Blunt's fantastic in it. It's about obviously he's a stunt guy. At the start of the movie, he's in a relationship with Emily Blunt. He has a big accident, almost finished his career, it's almost wiped out, and then he gets caught in like a big conspiracy where he's trying to find this missing movie star, and he's brought back in to do other little bits on a movie that Emily Blunt's character's filming. She's the director for it. And it goes from there, and they just spin off on all kinds of like wild and weird kind of mini adventures where they're trying to get things lined up. She's trying to make a movie, he's trying to find the movie star. He ends up in a big conspiracy, like running around with gangsters chasing him. And it's just really, really well done. It's good fun. Good fun. That's exactly what I like in movies. Just good fucking fun.
Yeah, I've not seen or heard anything about it. I liked him in that one, the Nice Guys with Russell Crowe.
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
seen that.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
was
plays
he
a
was good in
very
that.
similar
Like,
kind of character.
yeah, he looks the same in that. I'm just going up on the Googles now. He looks the same in that. He looks the same sort of, yeah, scruffy cad. But yeah, he was really good in that. I like that. The Nice Guys. That was great.
It's good fun. If you're looking for a movie where you just, and to be honest, it gives a good view of stuntmen and what they do as well, because it shows a lot of bits as much as they're filming it, they're being daft and they're doing all these crazy things. Like at the same time, you're thinking, "Oh, fuck, there's actually people that do this for a living, and some of the things they do is absolutely bonkers, absolutely bonkers." But yeah, get a chance, give it a watch.
All right, next one for me. Dune 2.
Dune 2.
Yeah, banger. It's a long film. I think it's the thick end of 3 hours. But it's good. I mean, I've read the trilogy, the Dune trilogy, of which this is the second half of book one. So yeah, it was good to see it all there. And I didn't think they were going to get it all in, and they obviously didn't get it all in. But yeah, they got all of the big scenes and stuff like that in. It's jam packed, but yeah, really good. Everybody in it's good. Everybody's on form.
Yeah. Well, Dune 2 is actually my number six as well, so it's always the
All right, there
next
we
one on the
go.
list for me.
Um, yeah, it was great.
Yeah, I only watched it recently, like literally in the last few days, and it was the same. Very, very good, very well acted. Everything I thought felt right and moved at the right kind of pace. Yeah, it was long, but
Yeah, yeah.
it almost didn't
It was
feel
always going
long
to
when I was
be.
watching it.
Yeah, I thought the same. It went over quicker than it actually was. The only thing I didn't like was the ending with Charney, with Paul's lady. How
Mm,
she went off into the desert in a huff because she wasn't like that in the film, in the book.
no, really.
Yeah, she understood. She understood what the whole deal. You know, he had to marry the emperor's daughter
Yeah,
to take control. It was a purely political move. And in the books, he has nothing to do with the daughter. He marries her, and then that's it. He packs her off on a spaceship back home, and he stays on Arrakis.
yeah.
And
So
Chani's
are they
completely.
making a third one then? Are they doing a part
Yeah,
three?
they're gonna do. Yeah, I think June 3 is going to be the second book. I forget where it's going. Might be Children of June. I can't remember now. It's been a while. But yeah, I think that's the plan. They're gonna make another film based on the second book. And it's quite a few years later with Paul as emperor, and yeah, it's like the state of the galaxy under Paul as the new emperor, the galactic emperor, and obviously it's all gone to shit because it's Dune. Nothing's easy, and he's a crap emperor. Yeah, so we'll see how they do and how they spin that ending because it looks like she goes off to the desert to go and I don't know be a strong independent woman on her own or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're going to spin that to make it a bit different, but we'll see. That was the only bit I didn't agree. I didn't sort of yeah because it's it broke the in the books the trust that Paul and Chani have in each other all the time because Paul's obviously pulling some very questionable moves here and there, and but she trusts him not in a sort of a simpy kind of a damsel way. She just understands the power that he
Yeah,
has.
you need,
His
yeah, yeah.
foresight, you know, he can see the future, or you can see all the threads of the future, and he can he's carefully sort of tap dancing, tightrope walking along these threads to move towards the golden path, which is the golden path of humanity, not so much Paul, but humanity's future. And she understands that, and so she trusts him and she stands by him, even though he makes some very strange and dangerous decisions at times. Certainly as the books go on, but we'll see what goes.
Yeah, very good. That was my number six as well. So I'll jump on to my number five. My number five is, and I'm probably going to get some stick for this, is Wicked.
I've not seen it.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm hearing a lot about it. Of course, it's very popular.
yeah, I mean, I'll probably get stick either way because, I mean, there's a lot of people I would imagine that'll have this on like number one of their list from 2024 because it's done very, very well. And it doesn't get as high with me because obviously I'm not, I like it and I love the songs and I love like a musical, but it just felt for the first, I mean, it's on for a long time. And for the first hour, it didn't really grab me. And there's a scene where they have a little bit of an interaction where they first become friends, and it's a dance scene as well. Funny enough, just talking about dance scenes earlier, and from that point, then it became a little bit more interesting. when the dynamic wasn't just, oh well, I don't like her and I don't like her. It was they bounced off each other a little bit more.
Yeah.
So it was good. The songs were good, acted very well, played out very well. Just very enjoyable, very enjoyable. And I mean, the only thing that if I was nitpicking, I would criticise a little bit about it is some of the shots. There's a lot of shots where they're doing a big performance or a big song, and they've got them set, and they use the same shot loads through the movie, where they're silhouetted and the character's standing right in front of a window with the sun bleeding in from behind them. So it just completely masks them out. And it's almost like you get sun glare. Do you know what I mean? So they're going for like a silhouette-y kind of shot, but they do it loads, and they just need to ease off on that a little bit.
No, I'll probably catch it at some point
Yeah.
just
Good
to see what
songs.
all the fuss is about. It's not my cup of tea, but I'll just to see what all
Yeah.
the
I
furore is
mean,
about.
very, very well acted by both Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande. Obviously, the singing is fucking impeccable. It astounds me. Anybody with any kind of musical ability impresses me because I've got absolutely zero musical ability at all. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'll try my damnedest and I'll sing my head off to the songs in it, but just fabulous, fabulous singing voices. Yeah, but that's my number five.
Cool. My next one is The Substance.
Oh
I've
yes,
seen it with Demi
Demi
Moore,
Moore.
and
Hasn't she
and
getting a nod for that and being nominated?
she probably yeah, she probably has. I'd be surprised if she didn't get anything for it because it's brilliant. How do I describe The Substance? It's about celebrities get the oh no celebrities everyone can get this not everyone. She's a Mr. Motivator kind of character, like a TV exercise lady, but she's getting a bit older, and she can tell that the I think the network does sort of say, thanks for that. Yeah, it's you're too old now. We want to go in a different direction. And she ends up encountering a few people who say like, oh, you should try the substance and it'll change your life. And she signs up for it. She tries it, and it's this goop, this green slime that she injects into herself, and it creates a young, sexy version of herself that like crawls out of her back, and
Right.
be like two separate people, and there's lots of instructions, or not lots of instructions, but like there's these very strict instructions that come with it, saying you get 7 days each, and while you have your 7 days and the other one's asleep, and then the other one then you have to swap over. The young one has to go to sleep and the old one has to wake up again. And it's two bodies but one person sort of thing, so it has effects. The effect of one have effect on the other, and it just from there it just escalates into absolute insanity. It's bonkers. It's absolutely insane. It's nuts, and it just gets crazier and crazier. Like it's quite a long film, and you think like, what can they do next? Like where's it going to go next? And it just gets more mad. Yeah, Randy Quaid is the manager of the young one, the younger version, and they don't know it's like it's going. They don't know she's just this hot young girl that turns up to do an exercise show, and it's all like asses in cameras and stuff with Leica on, and it's really like over the top and vulgar and like gross, and it's yeah. And Randy Quaid's this greasy sort of TV exec, it's mad. It's getting touted as a horror film, and I suppose it is a horror film, but it's not horrific at all in it. It's not like
Yeah.
a horror film. You could watch it, like you'll laugh your head off at it. It's just
Yeah,
so over
from
the
like the
top.
trailers and bits and bobs I've seen for it, I wouldn't have
Yeah,
said it was like a horror.
it kind of deals with some body horror stuff. There's some bits are a bit gross. It's more than anything, it's like a gross film. Like it's quite slimy, but it's so over the top and piss takey. Yeah, it's great. It's really good. Definitely give it a watch because it's gonna be like one of them films that goes down forever in history as just being fucking nuts.
Okay, good. My number four is Inside Out 2.
I'm not saying it. Seen the first one.
Yeah, I mean, it is beautifully done. Like it's a very emotional story. There's lots of bits where it's like a tear jerker. I don't want to say too much if you haven't seen it because it's good. It's good to kind of get these things for the first time with, especially with like like animated movies. I guess like the Pixar, the DreamWorks, the kind of the Disney kind of movies that you get. Like the first time you hit them, they'll hit harder. But essentially, the young girl from the first one, Riley, she's now a teenager. she's going away for the weekend on like an ice hockey trip, or she's trying to get on an ice hockey team. So she's gone for like a secondment where she's gone away with her friends for the weekend, and then our emotions are hitting, and all these new emotions come in on like the base emotions that she had and anxiety is one of them, and anxiety like starts to rule the roost and kicks all the original emotions out into touch, and it's about how she handles that and how she navigates her way through there, and it's so touching, it's so endearing, it's really really sweet, it's really really sweet, and true to life. Like for a lot of people, like everybody knows what it's like when like puberty hits and you start going, well, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah,
And it's great.
I might give it a go at some point. I enjoyed the first one. It was all right. It got a bit sickly towards the end,
Yeah,
but I still enjoyed it. I like that whole sort of the inside characters, the little angry fella and stuff like that.
yeah, yeah. It's good. It's good. And the humor's still there. The humor's absolutely still there. Like as much as I'm saying it's endearing, it's sweet, it's charming. The humor is absolutely still there. There's some really really funny parts in there. They get put. You get the original the base emotions get pushed down by anxiety into like the back of our mind, if you like. And there's all these characters from our past, like video game characters and emotions and deep dark secrets that all start coming out, and it's great. It's great. I would 100% recommend it, giving it a watch. And that's my number 4.
My next one's Conclave with Ray Fiennes. Don't know if you've seen that one.
You were telling me about it. I
I
think
think I
you were
was telling
telling
you
me
about
about
it.
it
Yeah, about
recently.
the
Yeah.
it starts with the Pope dying, and so they have like the cardinals, all the cardinals conclave of where they decide the new pope, and it's very sort of political, and there's various factions in amongst them of sort of more traditionalists and more progressives, and Ray Fiennes is sort of in charge of it all, and making sure he's the guy he's trying to make sure it runs smoothly, but he's also having a little bit of a crisis of faith himself. Yeah, just like a rock solid drama thriller. Not really much going on, just lots of talking, things being unveiled and stuff like that. Yeah, it was brilliant. It'll 100% be up. It'll certainly be up for Oscars. I think it might win a couple. I think it'll probably win for costumes. Yeah, just brilliant. Like if you're into like political, it's not like a who done it, like nobody dies, but apart from the Pope, obviously. But it's kind of like it's got that kind of vibe, like it's there's always something big, there's always something new being unveiled or discovered, that sort of
Yeah.
casts a different light on certain characters or factions. It's very political in a religious setting. But yeah, really good, solid film. It's definitely going to be up for Oscars, 100%. It might win a few as well.
What's that one? Conclave. My number 3 is, I mean, unpredictably, I'm a proper Marvel boy. Deadpool Wolverine.
Oh, yeah, it was that. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah. It was, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not the best Marvel movie, not by quite a long shot.
I mean, it's the best in a while.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. It's the best of a bad bunch. And it knows it as well, I think. There's a lot of like inside
God,
jibes
yeah.
and prods at itself. But it's just great. Great to see.
Yeah, I
Great
enjoyed
to
it.
see
Yeah.
them two on screen. Like they've been talking about it for years.
It's been a long time coming, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been a long time coming. A long time.
Yeah,
And
yeah. I never massively took to Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool, but it was enjoyable. Yeah, I liked it.
yeah, I thought it was very, very good. Obviously my number 3. From the start, just from the start when it kicks in with the NSYNC bye 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 at the start, and he's dancing around and he's completely desiccating Wolverine's body from Logan. Do I think Deadpool's strong enough to rip adamantium in half and chuck it about? No,
Why
but
is it? But he hasn't got adamantium joints,
yeah, this is
so yeah, he'd still have bad knees.
yeah.
Well, apart from his healing powers, obviously. But yeah, he's just breaking them apart
Yeah,
at the joints. Yeah, it was
yeah,
decent. Yeah, I enjoyed
yeah.
it.
It was good.
It had its moments.
Obviously, cameo central, like loads of cameos.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was expected though.
Yeah, I thought there'd be
Stand out
more.
is Gambit. Gambit was great. Like seeing Channing Tatum play Gambit and his accent, the speed, the way he talks is just
Yeah, it was funny.
brilliant. I'll not even like try to. I
Well,
was going to try and replicate it there and say
there's
a
a bit
couple of lines, but I'll be complete disservice and all.
at the end, isn't there, where like he sees one of the portals open. It's a is it delayed? I don't know if it's an after credit scene or what, but I've seen it somewhere. I think I've seen it on YouTube.
Yes,
I
yeah,
think it's an after
yeah,
credits where it shows Gambit and one of the portals opens. He's got out. He's gone somewhere. So probably not see the end of him.
yeah. He's gone somewhere. I mean, they'll get a lot of them. Obviously, they had Daphne Keane. She was at the table having lunch with them, wasn't it? For X-23. She'll form part of the Young Avengers, I would have thought. They're definitely building that squad. But it was good. It was good. It was good to see Marvel have a hit after a run of not so strong movies, yeah.
Yeah. Well, the only one I've got left now is Longlegs, obviously, which is of no surprise to you because
Yes.
I've talked about it. Yeah, it's on Prime. Garrett watched. It's a good film. It's
Yeah. I'm 100% going to watch that. That's what I am watching. I'm probably going to watch that tomorrow night, actually. Or I might, it depends. I want to get Becky to have a look, see if she wants to watch it with me. And then it maybe Saturday night, but that 100% that's going to be one of the next movies I watch.
yeah, it is a horror film. I know you don't like horror films, and it is a horror film, but it's more like Seven.
Yeah,
It's more like a really dark detective story than it is your classic horror film. It certainly has horror elements. It's very atmospheric and spooky in the same way that Seven was. Seven had that really oppressive sort of atmosphere. It rewards multiple watches as well because you notice little things that you didn't notice in the first time round, and that
yeah,
only makes sense when you've watched it once already and you know what's gone on. You watch it again and you think, oh right, like it was all there. It was all right in front of us the whole time. Yeah, it got a lot of grief when it came out because they marketed it as like the scariest film you'll ever see and stuff like that, and the most terrifying film ever made. And it's just not. It's good, and it does have it is quite atmospheric and spooky, but it's not the scariest film ever made by a long
mm.
shot. But that's marketing. They always do this. They always,
Yeah, exactly.
especially with horror films, it's getting terrible lately. They try and market everything as like scary, and if you're not 15 anymore, not many films are scary. Like scary. I mean, I'm scared of fucking taxes now. Not monsters. So yeah, they do it all the time, and it just damages the films. It doesn't do them any favors. Yeah, they might have a good first week or first few days, but then that drops off because people go, "Nah, it's not that scary. Don't watch it." Yeah, because some people do still expect to be scared by horror films, but maybe it's just because I'm a cynic and I've seen too many. But yeah, that's I don't think they make scary anymore. But anyway, yeah, Longlegs is great. It's a great, yeah, really good atmosphere. Nick Cage is in it, so it's always worth a watch for Nick Cage. Yeah, and watch it a couple of times. Watch it once, take it all in, and then watch it again very soon after. Within a day or two, and yeah, you'll enjoy it. You'll enjoy it a lot more.
Yeah, definitely I'll watch it. I'll watch it this weekend and I'll do a review next week.
I do a
I'll give
Longlegs
them the
watch,
scores.
and I'll
Yeah,
watch it again, and we'll both have a good discussion about it.
yeah, it's a good plan. My top two are both animated movies and they keep switching out between
Well, I think I know one of them because you recommended one to
first and
me.
second. So I went for number two is Transformers 1 and number one is The Wild Robot.
Yeah, you recommended that. I watched that. I watched it. Can't remember when. But I think last week I watched it. It was really good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's great. Great. I think it's the only one in my list that I've done that I've given that I would give it 10 out of 10. 10. I think it's great. I don't think there's much wrong with it at all. I think the cast's great. I think the story's great. The heart's there, the humour's there, the storytelling is there, the animation is great. There's not a lot wrong with that movie at all.
Yeah, I did enjoy it. Like I thought it was really
Yeah.
good.
I think it only kind of pips Transformers 1 off. And again, marketing for Transformers 1 was shit. If you watch the trailers for Transformers 1 and then actually watch the movie, they're completely different stories. And Transformers 1 is great. It's a great origin story. It's a great brothers to arms story between kind of Optimus and Megatron before they become who they ultimately turn out to be and what their story is. The only thing, and that's such a niggle, the only thing that kind of bugs me a little bit about it is, I mean, you'll have seen the images and stuff for it, is the design, the robot design, when they're in like the base forms before they get the spark, or before they progress in the
Right.
story without giving too many spoilers away. It just seems very clunky and very basic, and there's not much that kind of really excites you until later on in the movie. From a design perspective, like there's plenty going on, and the
Yeah,
movie's very exciting, and it's an adventure, and it's almost a story of brotherhood between the two of them.
yeah, because they like friends, aren't they? And they work together or
Yeah,
something. And then
yeah.
I saw the trailers, and to be honest, I do quite like Transformers. I'll always have a soft spot for Transformers in some way, despite the films being rubbish. And I think there's Optimus Prime. I think I get that he's supposed to be young.
It's Helmsworth.
Yeah, I mean, even Hemsworth, I think he's a bad idea for it and all. The actors who are known for being like, which is, I mean, they kind of like the modern Arnie's really, aren't they? They like buff, but
Mm.
they're not what you would call a good actor. I don't think anyway, and certainly not voice actors. I don't think either of them are good voice actors. They're just in it because they're famous. Like voice actors never used to be like known, before the whole trend of getting celebrities to do voices. Voice actors were just like these faceless, nameless kind of things that turned up and, and did really good voices. Like if you go way back into the old cartoons and things like that. I don't like this trend of putting celebrities in for voice acting. I think it's a bit rubbish. Some of them obviously work, like Jeremy Irons as Scar, and like Lion King with Mufasa, James Earl Jones, but they have great voices. I don't think Chris Pratt and Chris Hemsworth. I don't think all of that lot. These current superstars. I don't think they've got good voices. I don't think they're good. I don't think
It's that
particularly good
golden
actors.
carrot, though, isn't it? It's the big names that's going to get the
That's it. It's just names, and it's the same reason in superhero movies how none of them ever wear helmets
yeah,
or
yeah.
masks.
So get the screen
Like
time.
it's so that they get face time, and I hate it. I think it's rubbish, and I think it takes away from how good these projects could be.
Yeah, I loved in the first season of Mandalorian when I think he got almost right to the very end of the
Yeah, that was the
season
last
without him
episode
taking
when
his
he,
helmet
yeah,
off,
aye, or right before it,
and I
yeah,
just wish that they didn't give you the reveal.
yeah.
Like
Well, it's not even
I
him
would
in
have
the
held a bit
suit.
of mystery there.
I thought it was him in the suit doing all the walking
Yeah,
and the
yeah, so
shooting,
did I.
but it's not. Apparently, it's
No,
another guy. Yeah, I was really disappointed in that. I thought it was him because they said it was him at first. They said he does the body stuff, and I thought, oh, well, that's pretty cool. He's not not wanting his face all over, but turns
yeah,
out it's bullshit. Just turns up for some face time. Not like Carl Urban in Dread. He kept ten toes down.
yeah, yeah.
No, didn't have to splatter his face everywhere.
No, that was great as well. That's a great movie as well. Just on the sidebar,
Plastic Dread, yeah.
great movie.
Shame I never got to see. But I saw it in the cinema. I saw it at a midnight showing in the cinema in town. There was about three
Not
people
really.
there, and it was
Yeah, I bet
absolutely
that was fun.
incredible. The slow motion bits where they take the drug.
Yeah,
Oh, it was unbelievable seeing that in the cinema. Yeah, so good.
I think it's due a rewatch. Actually, I haven't watched it in a long time now. What was this? Top 10 of 2024 done. I think it's all right. Is there any of the ones that you would you give? What's the highest score that you would give any of the movies that you went through?
Oh, I don't know. For me, I think films I enjoyed the most. I think I'd probably be a Long Legs. I think I'd give that an 8. However, strangely, the film that I think was better was probably Conclave, and I'd give that a 9. Purely because it just looks so good. The costumes, I think, and the sets and the acting is just a top quality actors in. It's Ray Fiennes, Stanley Tucci's in it, John Lithgow, who always puts in a good turn. There's a few of the Italian. There's an Italian cardinal who's he's like a greasy sort of bit of a shit. Um, and there's a cardinal from Africa in it. Forgetting which particular country, but they're both really good in it as well. So yeah, I think Conclave is a better film, but I think I enjoyed Longlegs more because it's a bit spooky. Um, but yeah, hard to choose a best out of them.
Yeah, yeah, I think so. Wild Robot. I think that takes the top of the list for me. It was
I enjoyed it. Like it was very enjoyable.
just brilliant. I just thought it was great. I can't think of it. Like I say, I can't think of anything that I would say would be wrong with that movie.
Yeah, my only criticism of it is the same as what I've just been ranting about for the last 5 minutes. Too many celebrities doing voices.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. I mean, it's got a
everyone was a
packed
celebrity.
cast.
Yeah, I mean, and I know it's Dreamcast and not Dreamcast, DreamWorks.
DreamWorks.
And
Yeah,
DreamWorks are known for like cramming celebrities into their films. So it was to be expected. But I think, yeah, I just think like it had Mark Hamill doing his like one voice for the bear, you know, and I think that you could have gotten somebody really good for that, you know, like yeah, I don't know, I just think they do good, you know, they decent at doing voices, but they're not voice actors for me, you know.
Yeah, voice actors are great. And when you see some voice actors as well, and they pop up on like Reels on Instagram or anything like that,
Yeah,
and they
I
run
get
through and they switch from voice to voice to
yeah,
voice.
and
Fuck me.
you can tell as well. It's not just them like using their voice. Like what's that guy called? Nolan North, who does like every character under the sun. You know, like you can hear it like emotion in the voice. You can you know because they are voice actors, they know how to act with their voice. Whereas in Wild Robot, with some of them, like the bear, he didn't. It just sounded like Mark Hamill. You know, it was just Mark Hamill doing his grumpy old man voice. And the beaver was Matt Berry, and I love Matt Berry, but he was just Matt Berry. You know. Um, and Matt Berry is a great actor, bro, and he's got a great voice, but I don't think he's a great voice actor. Paradoxically, yeah, that was my only criticism of, because I did really enjoy it. I like the story and I like the robot as well, like how it worked and stuff like that.
Yeah,
And
Robot was great.
how it got a bit more janky over the years,
Yeah.
like with the
Did you
wooden
see
leg
what I
and
mean
stuff
at
like that.
without spoiling it? How they managed to get the animals talking without it being an animals talking movie?
Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. It analysed all that. Yeah,
Yeah, I thought that was a really nice touch.
that was all right. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
but
And
good.
I like the art style of it, how it looked like painted. You know,
Yes,
some
yeah,
bits
yeah.
look like
Animation was
watercolors and
fantastic.
stuff. Yeah, like the book, because I've seen that it's based on a book, and that's got that style,
Mm.
that like
Yeah, it's
watercolory
definitely
kind
one
of
that I'll be
style.
going back to with the kids and watching it
Oh yeah, yeah.
for years to come. For years to come. I don't think it'll break into my list of all time favorite movies, but it's brilliant.
There's a lot of time to break into there, isn't there, man?
Yeah. Okay, so we're at about an hour and a half. So I think we'll call it. One last thing I've got
Yeah,
is
my
a
voice is
little
blown out.
review challenge for you for this week.
Oh, go on then.
So I'm going to give you a movie to watch. I'll give you a different one each week, and then come back. And obviously, feel free to chuck one at me as well, and then come back and give us a little review. This week, you're going to love this: Avatar: Way of Water.
Oh, fuck's sake, man. Right, I'll give it a go.
You never know. You might put it on, and you might think, "Man, that's actually fucking brilliant."
I know, yeah, you never know, I might.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
you're probably not, but
Hold on, I'm going to write it down, because my brain will probably burn that out.
yeah. But
It's
I'll do Long Legs this week because I definitely 100% want to watch Long
the
Legs.
second film, isn't it? It's Avatar 2.
Yeah.
I'll just put
Yeah.
Avatar 2. Right. I mean, you have to watch Long Legs anyway, so you're getting away with that one, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. That's a
I'll,
that's a
I've got
given.
I've got a good one for you, like.
Yeah. Just give me a shit one. Brilliant. I'll look forward to that. But no, that's us. If you listened, if you're taking the time to listen, thanks for listening. Hit the like, subscribe, comment. It's great for us.
Smash that like button, y'all.
Smash the like button. We'll do this weekly and we'll speak soon. Thanks.
Bye.